If you're dealing with a GEICO claim after a car accident, there are 5 mistakes that could quietly cost you thousands of dollars. And insurance companies like GEICO are hoping that you make at least one of them. Hi, I'm attorney Brian O'Connor, and I've been a personal injury trial lawyer in New York for 27 years. Over that time, I've handled hundreds of car accident cases and taken many of them to trial. And I've seen exactly how insurance companies evaluate claims and the tactics that adjusters use to reduce payouts. The truth is, GEICO handles thousands of claims every year. For them, it's routine, but for you, this might be the first time that you've ever dealt with something like this. And the mistakes that people make early in the process can have a huge impact on what happens later. So today, I want to just walk you through the 5 biggest mistakes that people make when dealing with GEICO and an auto claim, and how to avoid them. And the reality is that GEICO is a large insurance company. And like every insurance company, their goal is simple: protect their bottom line and resolve claims for as little money as possible. GEICO's in it to protect themselves, not you. That's just how the system works. But when you understand the rules, you can protect yourself. So let's start with mistake number 1, and that's giving a recorded statement. One of the first things that a GEICO adjuster is going to ask for is a recorded statement. They'll often say something like, "This is routine," or "We just need to get your side of the story." It sounds harmless, but here's the problem. Right after an accident, you might still be shaken up. You might not remember every detail clearly, and many injuries haven't fully developed at all. But once a statement is recorded, it becomes part of the claim file forever. And later on, if something that you say changes, even slightly, it may be used to challenge your credibility. For example, maybe you say that your neck feels a little sore, but 2 weeks later, you're diagnosed with a serious cervical injury. Now, an insurance adjuster might argue that you originally said you're only a little sore. Well, that's why many lawyers will recommend speaking with an attorney first, before giving a recorded statement, especially to the other driver's insurance company. In fact, you never have to give a recorded statement to the at-fault driver's insurance company, including when it's GEICO. So mistake number 2 is accepting a quick settlement offer. Now, insurance companies sometimes move fast when they believe that a claim might become more serious later. You might get a call that sounds something like this: "Hi, it's GEICO. We can get a check out to you right away." And if you're dealing with medical bills, missed work, or financial stress, that offer can sound pretty appealing. But here's what many people don't realize. When you accept a settlement, you're almost always required to sign a document called a release. Now, that release means that your case is permanently closed. Even if your injury gets worse, even if you need surgery later, even if you miss work, once that release is signed, there's no going back. And that's why it's important to understand the full extent of your injuries before resolving a claim. And mistake number 3 is downplaying your injuries. And this is something that I see all the time. People try to tough it out after an accident. They say things like, "I'm okay," or "It's probably nothing," or "I'll be fine in a few days." But those statements often end up in medical records, insurance notes, or adjuster reports. And later, if your injury turns out to be more serious, GEICO can argue that you weren't really hurt in the first place. In fact, here's something that many people don't realize. Some of the most common accident injuries, especially neck and back injuries, can take days or even weeks to fully appear. That's because adrenaline after a crash can mask your pain. So the best approach is simple. Be honest and accurate about how you feel and seek medical attention if something doesn't seem right. Your health always comes first. Mistake number 4 is not documenting your case. The strength of an injury claim often comes down to evidence, but many people don't realize how important documentation is until later. Helpful documentation can include things like photos of the vehicles, photos of your injuries, the police report, witness information, medical records, and proof of lost wages. Without documentation, it becomes much easier for an insurance company to dispute what happened or to minimize the value of your claim. Think of it like this. A claim is really a story supported by evidence. The clearer the evidence, the stronger the claim becomes. Mistake number 5 is waiting too long to get legal advice. Many people think that they should only call a lawyer after a claim gets denied or if negotiations break down. But early guidance can often help people avoid major mistakes before they happen. There may be legal deadlines, evidence that needs to be preserved, and insurance requirements that must be met. Decisions made early in a claim can sometimes affect the entire outcome of the case. So getting advice early helps ensure that your rights are protected from the very beginning. So let's quickly recap. The 5 biggest mistakes that people make with a GEICO auto claim. Number 1, giving a recorded statement too quickly. Number 2, accepting a fast settlement. Number 3, downplaying your injuries. Number 4, failing to document the case. And number 5, waiting too long to get legal advice. Now, avoiding these mistakes can make a significant difference in how a claim is handled. Before you speak with GEICO or make any decisions about your claim, it's important to understand your rights and the options that are available to you. GEICO has professionals working on their side from day one. You deserve to understand the rules before trying to handle the case on your own. If you've been injured in a car accident and you're dealing with GEICO or another insurance company, you're welcome to contact our office with any questions. We're happy to review what's going on and help point you in the right direction. And if you found this video helpful, make sure to like, follow, and share it, as we regularly post information designed to help accident victims understand what insurance companies don't always explain.